Hey everybody, Greg here, coming to you with another episode of Greg's Bonsai. Today, we're going to be showcasing Lemon Tree A, as we can see by this wonderful A that I put on the pot. I kind of had to start doing that because as these things grow and as they change, it's getting hard to keep track. Especially if if you've checked my videos out, I have a pomegranate set and I've got like 8 of them. It's kind of the same deal here with the lemon trees. I've got about 6 or 7 of them growing right now, and I kind of have to differentiate them. And I even have some clementine type trees that can maybe be lemon trees. So it's going to get a little confusing here very quickly. But this guy, Lemon Tree A, he's one of the OGs, one of the original lemon trees that I've had. Still in what I consider a smaller pot. This is my upgrade pot from the really tiny pots that I have. I have contemplated putting this guy in a #1 pot that's a little taller than this, about the same width here, but it's a #1 pot because it's like a 1-gallon pot. But if you can see under here, the roots are starting to come through. So not the best thing for this. It's going to stop growth, slow it down a little bit. And as you can kind of see up the top, that's kind of happening here. Maybe a combination of root bound, at least we're getting there, root bound, and just watering and the change of area, especially since this is now in the grow tent for the year. So again, this guy, letter A, is just a straight up guy with some leaves and probably the bottom half, as you can see here, the leaves have fallen off. It's happening. I think I'm gonna be, after I make, go through this video here a little bit and go over how this tree has been growing just to document it. We're gonna be making some drastic changes to this guy, which you'll be seeing here at the end. But the trunk getting nice and thick, if I put the chopstick in front of it, it is pretty much at the thickness or a little thicker than a chopstick. It is very hardy. You can start seeing the woodiness of this instead of the green up here coming into play. And you can even see a little bit of that woodiness coming up here, but definitely getting thicker. You can see where that root ball kind of starts, the beginning of it coming out of the ground, which is kind of neat to see, and just seeing how thick it comes right here, coming from the roots up into the beginning of the trunk. And we still have those little thorns down here as they continue up. We have a thorn pretty much at every leaf. And the leaves look really nice here. You can kind of see a little bit of just calcium residue from tap water. That's what I pretty much feed these trees with, is tap water. And as we get up closer to the top, we do see a little bit of yellowing around these leaves. Now, this is the only one that's really doing this for me right now in this method. And we see these newer leaves kind of up here, yellow, and this one kind of browning. But we do have new growth coming in here to play, which is nice to see. And just like kind of a V starting to form here. Although this V, and we do have another outshoot here, is a little too late. Okay, it's a little too high for what we're planning on doing with this guy. And I do have bigger trees that I'm maybe going to keep big already. So this guy is going to be the beginning of my experiments, and we'll go from there. And look at that. Wow, I didn't even notice that thorn. You got these like tiny thorns coming up, but then look at, yeah, they get a little bigger, a little bigger. You got this monstro guy here, and you got these guys that are kind of like solid green, kind of just hanging out there. I mean, they're massive, and I mean, it's a segment of my finger, and you see how thick they are, and I'm not even going to try and poke myself with that. But this guy is pretty much have a thorn, or at least some kind of protrudement. Even there, it's really tiny. Of a thorn coming out from every leaf segment. So that's kind of cool to see. I don't see that on all of my lemon trees. But that's the basic structure, and you can kind of see it kind of going straight up and kind of slowly moving to the right. So my plan here today, guys, live on video as I'm recording this, I'm going to make some drastic measures. We're going to look at getting rid of all of this green up here, all of it. And I'm gonna probably look at cutting. I wanna say right here. We're gonna cut right above this bud area, probably right around here. All right. And what that's gonna do, I'm trying to experiment here and see how much this lemon tree will back bud, okay? And see if we can shrink this guy down a little bit and also kind of form these down lower, because we're gonna try and get this taper and have a new leader come out of this, hopefully. Like I said, we haven't had any luck with anything growing out down here, so I can't for certain make sure that anything comes out. And I've never really worked with these guys before, but I want to try and see if I can force some growth coming out here and see how that goes. So hold tight. I've got my nice cutters here. They are branch cutters, okay? And they'll be cutting at an angle. We'll be cutting at a 45-degree angle on this, and I just want to make sure I'm confirming where I want to cut. I kind of want to keep this bend right here. So we're going to look at cutting right underneath this guy to keep the other one intact and hope, oh hope, as this comes down timber style. There we go, timber. And there's the fresh cut, okay? And we're gonna keep that there. I don't have any paste to put over it, but we're gonna just leave that there. And this is it, guys. We are now, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches up on that. You can see kind of how tall it is compared to a chopstick. But we're gonna hope that let me see if I can get my right here, or right here, if we can get this guy to back bud. I'm hoping that I did not trim. Oop, see, I'm already sicking myself with the thorns. We're hoping that all of this was not too drastic. We're gonna find out. Let me know down below if you think I cut too much off at one time. Maybe I should have cut half of that and seen some growth and then, you know, cut down a little bit more, but we'll find out. We'll see how crazy I am, especially with this time of year, but with this being a plant that thrives and it grows all year round, I'm hoping that that we didn't just kill this guy. At least I'm hoping. So we'll have an update for you here. Again, this is the beginning of December on Lemon Tree Day. And here's hoping, guys. Here's hoping I didn't just kill this. But you know what? Why don't we wager down below and see, what do you guys think? Do you think this guy will survive and grow? Or do you think this guy has just seen its death by the hands of my cutting tool? Okay? Let me know down below. And we'll see on the next update video, hopefully in a month from now. Maybe 2 months, maybe by the end of January, we'll have an update video on this. But until then, guys, I'm not going to repot this yet. Once I see some growth and some leaves come in, I will probably pull this out and put this in a #1 pot. Okay? So until then, we'll see what we got. If you liked what you saw here, this poor guy. If you liked what you saw here, make sure to hit that like button. And if you really did like what you saw, you know, leave a comment down below. Let me know you enjoyed it. And again, let me know, do you think this thing's gonna die or survive the great cutting of the end of 2023? Let me know down below. And if you really did like what you saw, make sure to just hit that subscribe button and the little bell. And we'll see you guys next time, hopefully. Take care. This is Greg signing off.